You always hear lawyers, and you'll even hear judges make the mistake of talking about opening argument as opposed to opening statement. There really is a technical distinction. Opening statement is supposed to tell the jury what you believe the evidence is going to be. And of course, closing, you're allowed to argue from the evidence to what the jury should conclude. But in reality, let's face it, you're not playing this game well unless you argue like crazy in your opening. I don't care if you have to salt it down depending on how strict your judge is or how objectioning your opponent is. I don't care if you have to salt it down with the occasional, the evidence will show, the evidence will show. What you're doing here is you're taking those AVS and you're taking that positive, active voice statement of your major theme, and you derive from that what your opening and closing arguments are going to be saying to the jury. That is your framework. And if you do it early, it sets the framework for your proof checklist, which we could talk about at another time, but it sets the framework so even before you take your first deposition, you want to have those themes, you want to have those AVS, you want to have an outline. Of course you can modify it as evidence comes in, but you want that outline of your CLOPENING, the argument you want to make at the beginning and that you want to make at the end that's going to convince this jury. And you read over those bullet points every time before you take a deposition or review a medical record or anything substantive in the case, because it keeps you on target for what your case is about. I hope you've enjoyed these few tips. Understand, this is just a sampling. There's a lot to delve into with each of these and a lot of techniques that I can teach you, and there's a lot more tips I can provide you. If you want to learn some more about this, contact the link that you see here or contact me to schedule a consultation.